Hi everyone, this is the tutorial for Our Way. My name's Billy from Piano and Pies. Let's get stuck straight in. So we're in standard tuning and we have a capo on fret 3. If you're in need of a capo, there is a link to one in the description, so feel free to check that out. However, we're going to delve straight in with the introduction, with the tabs on the screen, and we're also then going to look at the chords and the strumming afterwards. Quick apology, construction's gone on right outside my window, so if you can hear some background noise, that's that. However, let's just delve straight in with that introduction. So what we're going to do is shape an A minor chord once we have that capo on that 3rd fret. An A minor shape is an open A string, 2 on the D and G strings, that's in reference to the capo, 1 on the B, and then an open E string. And what's going to happen is, you'll be playing the bass note, and all I mean by that is the lowest note of the chord, usually the one closest in this direction. And you're going to play that note, followed by strumming the rest of the chord 3 times. So it's down, down, up, down. And then you play... So what I did there is play the open A string, the chord, I moved this finger up to number 2 on the A string, and then played the rest of the chord. So that first bar is going to sound like this. Then in the next bar, we go to a C major shape, which is 3 on the A string, 2 on the D, an open G, 1 on the B, and an open E string. And we're going to have a very similar idea. We play the low bass note, which is the 3 on the A string, and then you play 3 times through the rest of the chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you just repeat that again. So I'm going to play the first 2 parts in one go, then we'll work out the 3rd part. The next part is a D minor shape. You can either use that fingering or that fingering. Doesn't really matter, I'm going to use this one. And to work out that chord, you have an open D string, 2 on the G, 3 on the B, and 1 on the high E string. And what we do is very similar to the A minor shape. We play 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you'll notice that I moved that finger up to go to number 2 on the D string, because that will eventually resolve to an F major shape. Now there's 2 ways to go about this last bar, because the bass line that keeps moving around, those low notes, is I think played by the guitarist and the bass player, but on this last bar, the bass player has a nice little run whilst the guitar player plays some chords. So I'm going to show you both versions where you can include that nice little rundown, and then one where you just play the chords, which is this version. You'll play an F major shape, which is 3 on the D, 2 on the G, 1 on the B and E, and you play 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and just basically pad out the bar by strumming that chord. The alternate version, if you want to include that bass line rundown, is 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is 3 on the D, 2 on the D, an open D string, and a 3 on the A string. You could even combine a bit of both and have a little bit more of a relaxed right hand. So I was kind of using that bass line but then hitting some extra strings as well. So just to go over that full introduction one more time, nice and slow, we have... You can see on that one, I combine both together, and I think that works really, really well for the intro. So you will play that set of chords once round for the introduction, and then when the vocals kick in, you're going to play that 2 more times. We then get to a chorus which changes a little bit. Now it's worth mentioning, if you want the tabs for that introduction riff, as well as the chord charts and the chords and the lyrics wrote out professionally, then head on over to Patreon. I've wrote everything out for you, so you don't need to try and memorise it or write it out yourself. And for a couple of dollars, you get access to that straight away, and as well as about 300 and something other songs that I've made of the previous few years' releases, including Taylor Swift and Billie Eilish's new album. Anyway, looking at this chorus, we have a new chord, G major. 3 on the E string, 2 on the A, 0, 0, 0, and a 3 on the high E. And what we do, we'll play... And again, we're just kind of following that same idea that the verse does, where we play the low bass note and then some chords. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which is down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So try and use that rhythm. You also have to loop between that chord and an F chord. So the full pre-chorus is G to F, and then you repeat G, and then F. Okay, we've now got to the chorus, and the good thing about the chorus is that it's the same chords as the introduction. However, instead of picking the parts and following that bass line, we're going to strum. So let's talk about how we strum that. We have this idea. And all I'm doing, because it's the chorus, I'm playing a little bit louder, so I'm a little bit more heavy-handed with my plectrum, and I'm playing down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, which is down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So if you do that set of chords round twice, you get the full chorus. Now, looking over to my notes, there is a small post-chorus, which is basically just an A minor chord, for one bar before it leads into the second verse. And this is where we get a lot of repetition. Again, looking over to my notes, we have a second verse exactly the same as the first verse. So that's that part. Do that twice and you will get the second verse. We then get a pre-chorus, which was the G to the F chord twice. So just the same as before. And then we have a chorus, which was the same as the chorus that I mentioned earlier. So basically take everything and do it a second time. The bridge section is the next part, which has a new set of chords, and we have D minor, going to A minor, up to C, and then G. It then continues D minor, A minor, and then we stay on G for 2 bars. Now that is quite a lot of chords to try and remember, so do feel free to head on over to Patreon and get the extra content, which saves you from trying to memorise it all, because if you're anything like me, I forget everything. So yeah, I need these sheets to help me get through songs. Now the last part of the song, there is a chorus, which is the same as every other chorus, and then there's like a post-chorus where the guy does some oohs and ahs. Yeah, you can tell I'm not a singer. But yes, the post-chorus is just the same as the chorus, loop around those chords, but at the end it kind of dies away a little bit, and what you can do, when you get to the D minor to F at the very, very end of the song, you can just play nice and quietly. And then sustain the F chord, and that'll be a nice way to end the song. And there we go, that is the full song. So if you are in need of the chord chart and the chords and the lyrics matched up, and as well as the tab for that introduction part, head on over to Patreon, like I said earlier, link in the description for that. I also want to say thanks to the people on the screen. Those are my active patrons. The moment this video goes live, they will get access to that content straight away. So thanks to them for their support, and thanks to you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.